was sitting in my car outside a hotel I'd never been to before, hands shaking on the steering wheel, staring at a text message I'd read 20 times already. It was from a woman named Victoria, a woman I'd never met, a woman whose husband was apparently inside that hotel right now with my wife. She'd sent me the room number, the floor, even a photo of the key card sitting on the dresser, and at the bottom of the message just 3 words, "Come see yourself." I didn't want to believe it. My wife Amanda had been distant lately, sure, cold, always on her phone, but this, I kept telling myself it was a mistake, some cruel prank, but my gut knew better. My gut had known for weeks, I just didn't want to face it. I got out of the car. My legs felt like they were moving on their own. The hotel lobby smelled like fake lilies and cleaning solution. I walked to the elevator like I was floating, pressed the button, watched the numbers climb. Where are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments below and hit that like and subscribe button now. Your support means everything to me. If you've ever felt cheated by your own people around you, you'll definitely want to stick around for what happened next. The hallway was long and silent. My heartbeat was so loud I thought someone might hear it through the walls. Room 412. I stood outside the door for what felt like forever. My hand hovered over the handle. I thought about turning around. I thought about pretending I never got the message. But then I heard it. Her laugh, Amanda's laugh. The one she used to give me. Light, playful, intimate, and then a man's voice. Low, familiar. My stomach turned. I pushed the door open. It wasn't locked. And there they were, my wife, and Victoria's husband, Marcus, on the bed, half-dressed, frozen, staring at me like I was a ghost. Amanda's face went white. Marcus scrambled for his shirt. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I just stood there, silent. I took one long look at both of them, then I turned around and walked out. I don't remember getting back to my car. I don't remember the drive home. I just remember sitting in my driveway, staring at my house, realizing that everything I thought I knew was a lie. My phone buzzed. Another text from Victoria. "We need to talk. Meet me tomorrow. I have a plan." A plan? I didn't even know this woman. I didn't know what she looked like, what she sounded like, or why she was helping me. But she'd been right about everything so far, and honestly, I had nothing left to lose. I texted back, "Where?" She sent me an address, a quiet coffee shop on the edge of town. I didn't sleep that night. Amanda came home around midnight. She didn't say a word. She went straight to the guest room. I lay in our bed alone, staring at the ceiling, feeling like my chest had been hollowed out. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break something, but I just lay there, numb. The next morning, I drove to the coffee shop. It was small, tucked between a dry cleaner and a bookstore. I walked in and saw her immediately, Victoria. She was sitting in the corner booth, sunglasses on even though it was cloudy outside. She looked elegant, calm, like she'd done this before. I sat down across from her. She slid the sunglasses off. Her eyes were red, puffy. She'd been crying, but her voice was steady. "Thank you for coming," she said. I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded. She ordered us both coffee, then she leaned in. "I've known for 3 months," she said. "I hired someone to follow Marcus, got photos, videos, everything." My throat tightened. "Why didn't you confront him?" She smiled, but it wasn't a happy smile. It was cold. "Because I wanted to do this right." Victoria opened her bag and pulled out a thick folder. She slid it across the table. I opened it. Inside were printed photos. Marcus and Amanda, in cars, in hotels, at restaurants, holding hands, kissing. My stomach twisted. There were dates, timestamps, locations. She'd been tracking them like a detective. "I wanted proof," she said. "Not just for me, for court, for everything that's coming." I looked up at her. "Court," she nodded. "Divorce, custody, asset division. I'm taking him for everything he's worth, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows what kind of man he is." Her voice didn't waver. She wasn't emotional, she was tactical. I felt something shift inside me, respect, maybe even admiration. "And you want me to do the same?" I asked. She leaned back. "I want us to do it together." I frowned. "What does that mean?" She smiled again, that same cold smile. "It means we become allies, we share information, we coordinate. We make sure they don't get away with this." I stared at her. Part of me thought it was crazy, but another part of me, the part that had been humiliated and betrayed, wanted revenge. I wanted Amanda to feel what I felt. I wanted her to lose something. Victoria could see it in my face. "You don't have to decide now," she said. "But think about it, because if we do this alone, they'll divide us. They'll manipulate us. They'll make us look like the bad guys, but if we work together, we control the narrative." She stood up. Left a 20 on the table. "I'll text you tomorrow," she said. Then she walked out. I sat there for another hour, staring at the folder. at the pictures, at my wife's face in someone else's arms, and I realized something. I wasn't sad anymore. I was angry. And anger, I was learning, could be a very useful thing. When I got home, Amanda was in the kitchen. She was making tea like nothing had happened, like I hadn't caught her in a hotel room with another man. I walked past her without a word. "We need to talk," she said. I stopped, didn't turn around. "Now you want to talk?" My voice was flat. She sighed. "It's not what you think." I laughed, actually laughed. "Really?" Because it looked pretty clear to me. She set the mug down. "Marcus and I, it just happened. It didn't mean anything." I turned around. Looked her in the eyes. "How long?" She hesitated. "A few months." I felt my jaw tighten. "How many is a few?" She looked away. 5. 5 months. 5 months of lies. 5 months of her coming home and kissing me goodnight. 5 months of me being a fool. "Get out," I said. She blinked. "What? Get out?" Amanda didn't leave that night. She cried. She begged. She said she'd end it, that it was a mistake, that she still loved me. I didn't believe a word. I slept in the guest room. The next morning, I texted Victoria. "I'm in." She replied within seconds. "Good, come to my house tonight. Bring everything you have." I didn't have much. A few suspicious credit card statements, some late-night texts I'd found on the phone bill, but I brought it all. Victoria's house was massive, gated, fancy. She answered the door in jeans and a sweater. She looked different, more human. She led me to her home office. It was like a war room, papers everywhere, timelines on the walls, photos pinned up like a crime investigation. "This is where I've been working," she said. I was stunned. "You've been doing this alone," she nodded. "Until now." We sat down, and we started planning. Victoria wasn't just angry. She was strategic. She'd already contacted a lawyer. A good one. She'd frozen joint accounts, changed passwords, documented every lie Marcus had told. She handed me a checklist. "Here's what you need to do," she said. "Secure your finances, get copies of everything, bank statements, tax returns, emails, texts, anything she might try to delete." I took notes. My hands were steady now, focused. "And don't tell her you're doing any of this," Victoria added. "Let her think you're still processing, still hurt, still weak." I looked up. "You think she'll try to take advantage of that?" Victoria smiled. "I know she will, they always do." Over the next 2 weeks, I followed her instructions exactly. I opened a separate bank account. I moved half our savings. I contacted a lawyer. I started recording conversations, and Amanda had no idea. Amanda kept trying to fix things. She'd cook dinner. She'd apologize. She'd reach for my hand. I'd pull away every time, but I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I stayed calm, cold. She hated it. One night, she exploded. "Why won't you just talk to me?" she screamed. "I told you it's over with Marcus. What more do you want?" I looked at her. "I want the truth." She froze. "I gave you the truth." I shook my head. "No, you gave me a version of the truth, the one that makes you look less guilty." Her face twisted. "You don't know what it's been like. You've been emotionally distant for years. I felt invisible." And there it was, the blame, the justification. I almost laughed. "So you cheated because I wasn't paying enough attention." She didn't answer. I walked out of the room, and I texted Victoria. "She's starting to turn it on me." Victoria replied immediately. "Perfect. Let her. It'll make the divorce easier." Victoria and I started meeting regularly, sometimes at coffee shops, sometimes at her house. She became more than just an ally. She became a friend. We'd talk for hours, not just about the divorce, about life, about how we'd missed the signs, about how we'd given everything to people who didn't deserve it. One night, she opened a bottle of wine. We sat on her back patio. The air was cool, quiet. "Do you ever wonder if we ignored the red flags on purpose?" she asked. I thought about it. "Maybe," I said. "Maybe we just wanted to believe we were happy." She nodded. "I think I knew for a long time. I just didn't want to admit it." We sat in silence. It wasn't awkward. It was comfortable. For the first time in months, I didn't feel alone, and I could tell she didn't either, but we both knew. This wasn't about romance. This was about survival. A few days later, Victoria called me. Her voice was different, excited. "I found something," she said. "What?" "Marcus has been using our joint credit card to pay for things, hotels, dinners, gifts for Amanda." My chest tightened. "He's been spending your money on my wife, and I have every receipt." I felt a surge of anger, but also something else, clarity. "What do we do with it?" Victoria's voice was sharp. "We use it in court to prove financial misconduct. To prove he prioritized his affair over his family." She paused. "And I'm guessing Amanda's been doing the same." I checked our statements that night. She had hundreds of dollars charged to our account, flowers, jewelry, hotel rooms. I saved every single one. The next morning, I forwarded them to my lawyer. Victoria was right. We weren't just fighting for justice. We were building a case. Amanda started to panic. I could see it. She'd check her phone constantly. She'd disappear into the bathroom for long calls. She knew something was wrong. One night, she confronted me. "Have you been talking to someone?" I looked up from my laptop. "What do you mean? A lawyer or her?" I stayed calm. "Her. Marcus's wife, Victoria." So she knew. I didn't deny it. "Yeah, I've been talking to her." Amanda's face went red. "Are you serious? She's trying to destroy Marcus, and now you're helping her." I closed my laptop. "She's not destroying Marcus. She's holding him accountable. There's a difference." Amanda's voice cracked. "So what? You're just going to ruin our lives because you're angry." I stood up, looked her in the eyes. "No, Amanda, you ruined our lives. I'm just making sure you don't get to pretend you didn't." The divorce papers came a week later for both of us. Victoria and I filed on the same day. We coordinated everything. Same lawyer's office. Same strategy. When Amanda got served, she called me crying. "Please don't do this," she begged. "We can fix this." I didn't answer. I just hung up. Marcus tried to call Victoria. She blocked him. Then he tried to call me. I blocked him too. They were spiraling, and we were in control. Victoria texted me that night. "How do you feel?" I thought about it. "Lighter," I typed back. "Good," she replied, "because we're just getting started." The next phase was the hard part. Custody, assets, the public revelation, but I wasn't scared anymore. I had an ally, I had a plan, and I had the truth on my side. Amanda tried a new approach. She started acting like the victim. She'd cry to her friends, post vague things on social media. "Sometimes the person you love the most hurts you the worst." I showed Victoria. She rolled her eyes. "Let her play the victim, it won't matter in court." But it bothered me, because people were believing her. People who didn't know the truth. People who thought I was the cold, heartless husband who wouldn't forgive. Victoria saw the look on my face. "Do you want to set the record straight?" she asked. I thought about it. "Not yet," I said, "but soon." She smiled. "Good, because I have an idea." A few days later, Victoria posted something on her social media. It was subtle, classy, but clear. "Sometimes silence protects the guilty. I'm done being silent." People started asking questions, and slowly the truth started to come out. Marcus tried to fight back. He hired an expensive lawyer. He claimed Victoria was unstable, that she was manipulating the situation, but Victoria had evidence, mountains of it, and his lawyer knew it. During one of our meetings, Victoria told me something that surprised me. "Marcus wants to settle," she said. I raised an eyebrows. "Already?" She nodded. "He knows he'll lose, and he doesn't want this going public." I leaned back. "What about Amanda?" Victoria smirked. "She's about to get the same offer." Sure enough, 2 days later, Amanda came to me. She was calm, too calm. "My lawyer says we should settle," she said. I didn't react. "What are the terms?" She slid a paper across the table. I read it. She wanted half of everything. The house, the savings, even my retirement fund. I looked up at her. "You're joking." She wasn't. I showed the settlement offer to Victoria. She laughed, actually laughed. "She's delusional," Victoria said. "My lawyer will destroy this." And she was right. My lawyer sent back a counter offer. Amanda would get far less, and she'd have to cover her own legal fees. She didn't take it well. She started calling me at all hours, leaving voicemails, sending long texts. "You're being cruel. This isn't who you are. I made a mistake, but you're making it worse." I didn't respond to any of them. Victoria told me not to. "Every message she sends helps us," she said. "It shows she's unstable, desperate." I saved every voicemail, every text, and my lawyer added them to the file. Amanda was building our case for us, and she didn't even realize it. Meanwhile, Victoria's divorce was moving faster than mine. Marcus had more to lose, a business, a reputation, shared assets with his family. Victoria's lawyer was ruthless, and Marcus caved. He agreed to give her the house, full custody of their daughter, and a significant portion of his business. When Victoria told me, I was stunned. "How did you get all that?" She smiled. "Because I had proof, and he knew if it went to trial he'd lose everything." She paused. "Your turn is coming." And she was right. A few weeks later, Amanda's lawyer contacted mine. She wanted to settle, for far less than she'd originally asked for. My lawyer called it a win. I called it justice. We finalized the terms, and just like that, it was over. I was free. The day the divorce was finalized, I felt nothing, not happy, not sad, just numb. I thought I'd feel relief or anger or something, but I just felt empty. Victoria texted me that night. "Want to grab dinner, celebrate?" I didn't feel like celebrating, but I didn't want to be alone either. We met at a quiet restaurant, sat in a corner booth, ordered wine. "How do you feel?" she asked. I shrugged. "I don't know, I thought I'd feel different." She nodded. "Yeah, me too." We sat in silence for a moment, then she raised her glass. "To freedom," she said. I raised mine. "To freedom." We clinked glasses, and for the first time in months I smiled, not because I was happy, but because I was finally truly free. Over the next few months, I started rebuilding. I moved into a new apartment, smaller, but mine. I reconnected with old friends, started going to the gym, picked up hobbies I'd forgotten about, and slowly I started to feel like myself again. Victoria and I stayed in touch. We'd text every few days, meet for coffee once a month. She was doing the same thing, rebuilding, healing. One day, she told me something that stuck with me. "I used to think revenge was about making them suffer," she said. "But it's not. It's about taking back control." I thought about that a lot, because she was right. Revenge wasn't about Amanda or Marcus. It was about us, about refusing to be victims, about choosing to move forward. And that was more powerful than any apology they could ever give. I ran into Amanda once, at a grocery store. She saw me first. I could see her freeze, debate whether to say something. She walked over. "Hey," she said quietly. I nodded. "Hey." Silence, awkward, heavy. "How have you been?" she asked. I almost laughed. "Fine," I said. She looked like she wanted to say more, but I didn't give her the chance. I grabbed my cart and walked away. I didn't look back. Later, I told Victoria about it. "How did it feel?" she asked. I thought about it. "Like closing a door," I said. She smiled. "Good." Victoria started dating someone. She told me over coffee one afternoon. A guy she'd met through work. Kind, respectful, nothing like Marcus. "I'm happy for you," I said, and I meant it. She smiled. "What about you? Anyone special?" I shook my head. "Not yet. I'm still figuring out who I am without her." She nodded. "Take your time. You'll know when you're ready." And she was right. I wasn't ready. Not yet. But I was getting there, day by day, step by step. I was learning to be happy on my own. And that felt like the biggest victory of all. One night, I got a message from Marcus. I almost deleted it, but curiosity got the best of me. "I'm sorry for what I did. I know it doesn't change anything, but I needed to say it." I stared at the message for a long time. Part of me wanted to respond, to tell him exactly what I thought of him, but another part of me just didn't care anymore, so I deleted it, and I blocked his number. He didn't deserve my anger, or my forgiveness. He didn't deserve anything from me. And that realization felt powerful, because it meant I'd truly moved on. Looking back now, I realized something. The affair wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the lies, the betrayal of trust, the feeling that I'd been living in a fake reality. But Victoria taught me something important, that I didn't have to stay a victim, that I could take control, that I could fight back with truth, strategy, and dignity. And that's exactly what I did. Amanda's living with Marcus now. I heard through a mutual friend. I don't know if they're happy, and honestly, I don't care. Because my happiness isn't tied to theirs anymore. I'm building my own life, on my own terms, and that's the best revenge of all. If there's one thing I learned from all of this, it's that betrayal changes you. But it doesn't have to break you. You get to choose how you respond. You get to choose who you become. I chose strength. I chose truth. And I chose myself. So here's my question for you. If you found yourself in my position, would you have fought back? Or would you have walked away quietly? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you made it this far, thank you. Seriously. Thank you for listening. For being here. For being part of this community. Stories like this aren't easy to share, but they matter. And your support means everything. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button and join the King's Revenge Vault family. We're all about real stories, real emotions, and real justice. Until next time, take care of yourselves. And remember, you're stronger than you think.